If you're over 50 and you feel like your body has just stopped responding to all the things that used to work, like eating less, moving more, just sucking it up and pushing through, I want you to know right off the bat, it's not you. It's not your effort. It's not discipline. It's the map. It's like reaching into your glove box for directions and pulling out that printed map from the city that you live like 15 years ago. It's 300 miles from where you are now. And you're trying to use that map to find a restaurant that just opened up across town. Now, you can follow a route, you can even make all the right turns on that route, but it doesn't matter, right? That map is never going to get you there. And it's not because you can't read a map or follow directions. It's because that map is for a place that you don't live anymore. Like that's what the old advice for like women our age is like. And so today I'm going to hand you a better map. So, hi, I'm Lisa Dupree. I'm an exercise physiologist and a health coach, and I work with women over 50 who are smart, capable, and just frankly tired of being talked down to about their own bodies and their age. And this is the first video in a brand new series of the Midlife Mojo podcast. And it is a really big one for me because after 75 audio only episodes, we're finally able to be on camera together. So you can still listen to the audio version if you want. And if you want to check out the video version, it's over on YouTube on the Lisa Dupree coaching channel. And so where we're headed today, like by the end of the video, you're really going to have a better handle on three things. One, why what worked in your 30s and 40s actually starts working against you after 50. Two, four key areas that matter most for fat loss, energy, and strength in this season of life. And more importantly, like how they all connect. And three is how this whole series is going to walk you through that system, one piece at a time. So it stops being overwhelming and starts being doable. So that is our destination today. So let me tell you where I was a few years ago, because I think you might recognize some of yourself in it. I was doing all the things. I was eating healthy. I was exercising consistently, and I was still watching my body change in ways that I could not seem to stop. There was that weight settling around my belly. My energy levels were hit or miss, just kind of all over the place, but mostly just missing. Joint pain showed up out of nowhere, gave me the smackdown. And then there was just a very particular frustration of being a woman with a master's degree in exercise physiology who taught health at a college level for well over 15 years. And I could not figure out why the things weren't working anymore, right? Because after 50, the game changes in very specific, measurable ways. Estrogen declines, and that shifts where we store body fat, and it happens around the middle more so. Our recovery capacity drops. Cortisol, that stress hormone, becomes more disruptive to our sleep, our appetite, and our ability to burn fat. And then there's one that surprises a lot of my clients, and that is undereating, which most of us have tried over and over again. That actually speeds up muscle loss and it slows metabolism down even further. So then we eat less and then we lose muscle and then our metabolism slows and then we eat less again to try to just kind of keep it going. And it's not a willpower problem, right? It's a strategy problem. And the good news about a strategy problem is, strategy can be changed. So what does work? That's what I ended up rebuilding just from the ground up, using what research actually says about women in our season of life. And it really just comes down to four key focus areas: nutrition, exercise, recovery, and mindset. Now, I know you've heard all those things before. Just about every program out there talks about them. And so let me tell you what makes this different. It's because it's not the four areas, themselves. It's how they fit together at this point. Most advice hands you these as four separate individual silos, four more things to, get perfect and be consistent at. And so that's what keeps capable women stuck and overwhelmed. So the lean and strong method that I have treats it as one connected loop. And so the loop here is eating supports your exercise because you can't build muscle without amino acids from protein to build it from. Food is your fuel source, and it's really hard to exercise if your tank is empty. So exercise creates the need for recovery. Your body does not adapt and change during that actual 30-minute workout. It adapts in the time between your workouts. And so that recovery is necessary, and that recovery boosts your mindset because everything just feels harder when you are frustrated and tired, exhausted and wired. And then mindset shapes your eating because it's really that inner work that makes the outer work stick. So one system, 4 areas, no shortcuts. And here's why this matters for you specifically, because it's a loop. Like, you don't have to be doing amazing at everything all at once. Like, you start with one and they're all connected so that you're doing something beneficial in one and it kind of pulls the rest of them along with them. And this is a difference between just scattered attempts and then building a weekly rhythm that is repeatable that you can do. And so I'm going to touch on the key areas and just go a little bit more high level. Think of this as like the topography map, not the term by term directions. And we'll go deeper later in the series. So nutrition. Headline here, volume and protein. After 50, we need more protein to get the same muscle building response than younger women. So I'm talking somewhere in the ballpark, 25 to 40 grams per meal. And so the other thing is like not eating less. It's actually eating more of the right foods. Think high volume, nutrient packed whole foods that fill you up and help you stay energized, but don't have a lot of extra calories. The second area is exercise. And so strength training first, then strategic cardio. After 50, we lose muscle at an accelerated rate. And that's a process called sarcopenia. And it happens unless we actively work to prevent it. Resistance training is what prevents that. It's the foundation. It's the thing that protects muscle, bones. It protects your metabolism in a way that just doing cardio can't. But then we just layer the right type of cardio on top of it, something that works with fat loss and muscle building versus like working against it. And then there's recovery. And this one is probably the thing that surprised me most, especially in my body transformation when I was preparing for my first bikini competition. And that is recovery is not a reward that you earn after you do like all the hard work. Like, it's part of the work. Sleep, both quantity and quality, stress management, real rest days that rejuvenate you. That's when your muscle repairs and your cortisol levels come down. And for women over 50, like, this piece is usually the lever that kind of helps everything work. And then the fourth area is mindset. This is the multiplier. The research on behavior change is super clear. And the strongest predictor of long-term success is not motivation. It's not willpower. It's not even like knowledge. It's self-efficacy. And that is your belief that you're capable of doing the thing that you say you want to do, right? And this is the part that I love, especially as a coach, is because that belief isn't something you're born with. It's not static, right? You build it one action at a time. So every time you take an action, you keep a promise to yourself and you let yourself notice it, you add that evidence to this vault that you're the kind of woman who follows through. And so that's the system. Nutrition fuels it, exercise drives it, recovery sustains it, and mindset makes it stick. And then, biggity bam, Bob's your uncle. And so I don't teach anything that I haven't actually lived myself. So let me tell you what happened when I stopped talking about this approach and actually fully committed to it myself, because I ended up just running it like my own one-woman research study. I'm just nerdy that way. And if there's a metric to measure or there's some data to analyze, like, I'm going to do it. Protein at every meal, prioritizing protein, strength training, building up to consistently 3 to 4 times a week. Sleep, I protected, the good scissors, those scissors, that you keep in a secret hiding place nobody in your house knows about, right? Those, I protected it like that. Stress management, non-negotiable. And the inner work was running underneath all of that. And so in 6 months, without anything extreme, without any deprivation, I lost the 24 pounds that had just crept on after I turned 50. My body fat dropped more than 8%. 8 inches gone from my waist, 8 inches. Most importantly, I held on to my muscle. My cardiovascular fitness moved into the exceptional range for a woman my age. My energy was way up, it was consistent, and then my joint pain dialed way down. And so, this is where all this is coming from. And it's just doing the things that are right for your body now in the right combination and doing it long enough to be able to see results from it. This is why I'm on a mission to share all of this with you so that you can make this work for you as well. And so here's how this new fangled video podcast series is going to work. Over the next several episodes, I'm going to take this lean and strong method, I'm going to take it apart, and then we'll be able to kind of put it back together, so to speak. But there's going to be 3 episodes on nutrition, 3 on exercise, 3 on recovery, 3 on mindset. And we're going to be able to dive deeper into the areas because these are the ones that actually matter most after 50. And so we start in the very next episode with the single most common mistake in nutrition that I am seeing women make when they're trying to lose fat. And here's the twist. The problem isn't usually that they're eating too much. It's what they're not eating enough of. And so if you want to follow along, here's your one next step. I made a free lean and strong jumpstart checklist. It's got all 4 areas there, specific habits under each one. They're laid out so you can check them off as you build them into your week. And it's really the perfect combination to this series and the podcast. And the great news is you don't have to nail all of it. Remember, it's a loop. They're all connected. So you just have to start with one checkbox. You can get it at lisadupreecoaching.com/checklist. And the link will be in the description and the show notes as well. So go get it, download it, print it, put it somewhere where you'll see it. That's how you get started. One last thing. However you're taking in this content right now, if you're listening on audio, definitely hit that follow the Midlife Mojo podcast so the next episode lands automatically. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome, subscribe, and tap the bell because this series, it builds piece by piece, so you don't want to miss the next one. Quick recap. Today we talked about why the old map stopped working after 50. It's biology, not effort. We walked through those 4 key focus areas that matter most, like nutrition, exercise, recovery, and mindset. And then we talked about how this is all one connected loop and not standalone pieces. And here's what I want you to take away. You don't need to do more. You need to do the right things in the right order consistently. And the good news is you just have to start with one, right? No overwhelm. I'd love to know which of these 4 areas feels like the weakest link for you now. Like, drop it in the comments. Is it nutrition? Is it exercise? Is it recovery? Is it mindset? And so that'll help me as we go along to really nail it down, what's going to be most helpful to you. Go grab the checklist. I will see you in the next video where we tackle that one most common nutrition mistake. And as always, get out there and keep your mojo rising.